I knew ever since I was little, I wanted to be a girl.
For all intents and purposes, I am a woman. That female side is part of me. That's who I am.
Nobody really knows why these guys are famous to begin with.
I do.
Well, tell us.
Kim Kardashian made a sex tape.
I think it's appropriate. At this point, I'm using the pronoun her. I understand why you're not.
I mean, I just want to applaud you, Megan, for pulling together two of the foremost experts on the Kardashian family.
Timing is bad.
Do you think something like that will ever be acceptable in hip-hop? Like, let's say Bruce Jenner is a rapper.
What a courageous man.
I remember Bruce from when he was a great Olympian, and he was the most handsome guy, and I don't know what went on.
It is a fact that 92% of Americans do not know a transgender person. After Bruce Jenner, well, they all know one now.
That's a loss. I think Bruce Jenner, that's deep, that's hard.
The Bruce Jenner situation has not impacted me. The only thing that it made me upset was really upset was the fact that people in my community started to turn and didn't see it for what it was. This is one of our sisters going through a struggle. And half of our sisters and brothers have gone through this struggle of having to hide themselves.
Is Bruce Jenner's experience going to be the template for all others? Probably not. I can think of my struggles and the struggles of my friends, and I do not think he's going to have to deal with that.
So I do think that there were some voices that weren't heard, especially young trans women of color who were talking about some of the ways in which Bruce Jenner's celebrity can potentially obscure or can potentially overrun the media around trans issues at the expense of more pressing trans issues like trans suicide and the murder of trans women of color, et cetera, et cetera.
We are into the 21st century. Trans people can speak for themselves now. What they need is the opportunity to have their voices heard.
His story touched me because I was the same way when I was little. I just commend him and make us proud. If you want to become one of us, make us proud and continue to be the woman that you want to be.
There are a whole series of cliches and stereotypes that go with the transgender experience. And Bruce Jenner and the news team avoided a lot of those. What they did is put those cliches aside and made the effort to show a tortured human being coming out and starting a journey for being authentic, as painful and unsuspecting as it may be.
As the person he calls her.
Bruce lives a lie. She is not a lie. I can't do it anymore.
So it's very dehumanizing. It's just totally othering. It is, we have been fetishized and objectified in a way that sometimes it feels beyond repair. They don't believe that we are human.
People who have really popularized and made and put trans-related issues on the map have been Janet Mock and Laverne Cox and Carmen Carrera. And from the very beginning, they've been part of media celebrity culture. Celebrities themselves have been doing a really great job in terms of keeping those issues in the news. And I think that's part of the reason why a lot of trans activists have been a little bit ambivalent about Bruce Jenner, partially because we don't know yet what Jenner's effect is going to be and whether or not these priorities will continue to become priorities if Jenner becomes a much bigger figure in the trans community.
The news people and Bruce Jenner did their homework. They said the right things. I can think of other media icons that, given an opportunity to speak on behalf of trans people, did a very bad job. Watching Jared Leto win awards for the Dallas Buyers Club and to watch his completely inability to discuss about the bigger picture of what it's like to represent trans people. A generation of trans women died in the 1980s and early 1990s. He could have given those people a shout out rather than brag about his little rear end. 2 years later, and the difference between Bruce Jenner talking about a very personal, complicated experience shows that they're moving in the right direction.
No, and since I changed my name and everything, stuff like that, and it's people still call me that other name that I was born with or whatever. And so like my cousins and them and everybody. And sometimes it get on my nerve because I'm not that person anymore. I'm a changed person now. So I would like, people respect me for Sadea, that and start calling me by my name.
That there were a lot of trans people who had a really difficult time personally with hearing Bruce Jenner refer to using male pronouns because it brought them back to those periods in their lives in early transition when people were not acknowledging their true gender. And so
to see the lack of compassion for a sister, regardless of her skin privilege, regardless of her money, financial privilege, this is at the end of the day a sister. And there are systems in place that, because once you come out trans, her privilege has just diminished.
One of Bruce Jenner's privileges is that Bruce Jenner doesn't have to walk alone in dangerous neighborhoods at night, so may not be as sensitive to the pronoun issue.
Because he could do it, he got money. So he could do anything that he wants to do because he has the money.
He is a male American icon. He was the greatest athlete in the world in the Olympics. And the idea that transgender people are misbegotten freaks ended with the Bruce Jenner interview. This is just a moment in time. The story is not complete. It is not finished. However, the possibility exists that 2, 3, 4 years from now, the trans experience could be measured before Bruce Jenner and after Bruce Jenner.